Rondo, I finna slam dunk. Get big on you fake pumps. That pump ain't no fake pump. Bitch fell for the pump fake. Got him talking like first take. Get it right on the first take. Hit the hole in the first.
My mom has a whole podcast, 8121 Talk. Check her out on YouTube.
8128.
8121 Talk. Check her out. She's on YouTube. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can find
8120 what?
8121 Talk.
Okay.
What's your mama podcast about?
Anything. They talk about everything. Family members, dumb shit that people do that they don't like.
Media. Okay, here it is.
Yep, that's
all right.
them.
Okay.
Alan Elandius.
I just subscribed. Okay.
Yeah, they talk about everything. And then during football season, they follow football during the whole season, and they do that sports podcast for a little bit. But yeah, kind of. Yeah, I did. I learned my ruggedness from my mama.
You watching my cook?
My mama taught me.
All right, man. Another episode of Sit Down with Slim, man. We got some guests in the building. We doing something a little different today. We got some young ladies. There's normally men in here. You know what I'm saying? It's a real manly pod. We talk about just a little bit of everything about everyday topics for men. But I'm going to let y'all introduce yourself one by one. Y'all can play rock, paper, scissors. Who go first? I don't care.
I'm Chevette. What do we say for the introduction? What you need to know?
Just say your name. That's it.
Oh, my name's Chevette.
Tiffany like the jewelry.
Tiffany like the jewelry?
Like the jewelry, yes. That's my introduction.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So how this podcast started was I actually met Tiffany and we had an interesting conversation. She was telling me about her quest for love and I was a little interested. And I actually told my homeboy about something you told me that I thought was interesting as hell about you going to a convention. What's the convention you going to and why are you going? Let's start there.
So it was a convention where the engineers, they're all coming together in Atlanta. And my reasoning for going, I mean, I don't think that it's weird. I think it's weird to go looking for somebody, yeah. But I think it's a great like networking opportunity. And also if that does happen, then voila.
But you're not an engineer.
I'm not an engineer, but this is the thing. I wasn't going to actually go to the convention, but I was going to go to the places like, you know, the after parties and stuff like that. I don't see why that would be an issue. Do you think that would be an issue?
What's the purpose though? Tell the people the purpose.
Because I want to meet people of a different caliber of a person, you know, like it doesn't, and that's the thing. It doesn't necessarily have to do with them being engineers. It's just that it's a conference where there's professionals that's going to be there from all over. They just happen to be engineers.
So it's basically like the girlies that want to meet the celebs that be at the NBA All-Star game.
No,
Yeah,
not
that's what I'm thinking
for
too.
the ticket to
That's
get
exactly
to
what
the
I
All-Star
said.
game.
Why are you
That's
thinking
But what they
exactly what I
do,
said.
I mean, it's the same thing. They can't pay for the ticket to get to the All-Star game. But what they will do is be at the after parties,
Bro,
be at
we
the
might be the
hotels that
same
the people
niggas.
stay at.
Because I said that same exact
So
thing.
they're gonna
that's not
position
exactly
themselves
it.
strategically
No, it's not
to
even
meet who they
strategic.
want to meet.
This is what I'm saying.
But they know they can't. They ain't.
No, this is what I'm saying. So in my life in general, I don't encounter men like on outside of work. I don't encounter men like on a daily basis.
Okay, so you want to put yourself in the room where you can see different men.
It's an opportunity to network.
But
and
it's
like
an
if it does
engineer
happen,
conference that you're not actually going to
okay,
attend.
right? But this is what I'm saying. The engineers are coming there. I'm not going to the conference. I'm just going to the
Right.
places
That's what I'm
like the
saying.
after party. It has nothing to do with them being engineers. It's just the fact that these professionals are gonna be there, honey. Like,
so think
we know
about the
they're
awkward
professional.
conversation. What are you in town for?
Listen, and this is the thing. Can I not just visit? Can I not just? It's Atlanta.
Oh,
This is
I'm
Black
just
Hollywood.
I'm just
but
in
first,
town
I have a
visiting.
friend though that lives in Atlanta who is actually willing to go with me. She has a mate, but she was willing to go because I'm single, and you know we thought that this would be a good idea. But I mean, like even if I was just in town, I could have just been in town visiting the bar that they're at.
You could have been, but
Yeah.
you're not because you're
But
being
I'm not.
strategic.
But they don't know that though. And I can tell them down the line, it could be the perfect love story that like, you know, like I met, you know, like it could be the perfect love story.
That's gonna
I
freak
love
somebody
Tyler
out.
Perry movies anyway.
That's gonna freak somebody out.
don't
Yeah,
think
Tyler
so.
Perry be having some gross ass
Right,
plots.
but that's what I really want. Like,
Not gross.
I want my love story to be like a Tyler Perry movie. When I envision like love for me,
wait a minute.
I think it's gonna
in
be
all
like
the
a Tyler
Perry
movie.
movies. The black women are with men who are not their caliber. And they're taking care of them. And they're nasty, disgusting men. And then she gets cheated on or something random stupid happens.
I must say
like,
seen enough Tyler Perry movies because I seen one where like it was a big swole black nigga with like some little girls and the lady was trash.
Are you talking about
I don't know the name.
What movie was this?
But it was like a big swole black nigga and the
Well,
lady
when I
was
say
trash.
Tyler Perry, I'm thinking of in terms of a production because like I live in a fairy tale world.
Right. Okay. So I'm like that too.
Yeah.
Like everything's a movie for me.
Yeah.
Like it's always movie scenes in my head.
Right.
Like, it's gonna be like this. It's gonna be like that.
Right.
Whatever. Don't call it a Tyler Perry movie though. Just make it
I
a
said
production.
it because he's black. Really?
Spike Lee that black.
I mean, like, well, that didn't come to mind first.
All right, so let me ask you a couple questions about
All right,
that,
let's go.
Because I'm just a little interested.
Okay, let's go.
So like, did you grow up in a 2-parent household and seen like?
I did. My parents were married for 32 years. They've been together. They've been together since they were 16 years old, and they got married at 18. They've been married 32 years. So my expectations and everything come from seeing everything that I saw that my dad did, and I won't accept anything less than that.
That's amazing. I love when people grew up like that.
Yeah. But I will say, though, because I feel like people think that, and I think that for us growing up, we were like the Huxtables to the outside world. But people think that just because you grow up with 2 parents, like that everything is just grand, you know? And I will say, not without saying so much, you know, I do feel like it wasn't that. It was good that we had both parents in the household, you know? But it wasn't what people perceived it to be. But I did see some good qualities, and I also saw some bad qualities. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So, seeing both your parents in the household and go through these different struggles, did you always inspire to like have love like them at such a young age?
Not necessarily. I'll say I desire the longevity, yeah, but not a relationship like theirs. But yeah, the longevity, yeah.
And did you eventually find love?
I did. I was married before. It was love for what I knew love to be at that time.
How old were you?
I was 21 when I got married.
So you did get married young.
I did get married. I did.
What happened though? Why did he not bring the glass slipper and sweep you off your feet?
You know what? He did. But I feel like, you know, we were both young. And it's not an excuse. I just think that, you know, we just really didn't understand, like, making those vows. We didn't really understand, like, you know, the severity, the totality, the actual covenant of that. And should we have stayed? I don't think that we should have stayed. I think that the purpose was for our kid, you know, to be in this earth. But other than that, like I just feel like we were just so young to understand really what marriage was. And so it was easier for us to just go our separate ways and to make it work.
What'd you learn from that marriage?
Oh my gosh. I actually learned a lot about me. I learned a lot about me. That's personal things that I just really I don't care to like share publicly.
Why, are you scared?
Not necessarily
it's a safe space
scared.
Here. It's just us.
Is this a safe space?
Yeah, it's just us here.
It's us and the World Wide Web.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those
Right, it's so
people.
comfortable, right?
Yeah.
I just learned a lot about myself as it relates to how you know, talk to and treat men and just conflict resolution and just I feel like a lot of it was me. I do, even though, you know, because the reason why the relationship ended was due to an affair. I will say that. I feel like people, men make decisions, or women, they make decisions to step out. But I do feel like I co-created, you know, this space to make him do that.
Why you feel that way?
I feel like there were certain areas where I was lacking at that made him look outside the home for those things.
Like what?
Like I said, conflict resolution. I do feel like I to be vulnerable. I do feel like I demasculated him. Is that the right word? Demasculate. I do feel like I demasculated him, and I didn't support him in his endeavors and what he was trying to do.
You're throwing me for a loop right now. This is the first time I heard a woman take accountability for anything.
I'm a very accountable. Let me just say this. I sleep better at night when I can say to myself, what part did I play? How could I have handled this better? You know, what part did I play in this that created this space that we're in? It helps me to sleep better at night because I can't control, another individual. I can only control me. So I do feel like that is one of my strong suits, being self-accountable. That is something that I don't have an issue with if it was me.
So where you at with it now? How do you view marriage? What's your ideal?
I still want to be married again. I'm a love warrior to the core. Like I love, and I feel like that experience helped me to to be a better individual. Going into it the next time.
Why do you believe in marriage though? Like, what is it that you like about being married?
I just like the ability to do life with another individual. I don't think that we were created to live alone, to be alone. Like, I just like the ideal of just, coming together with another individual and just doing life. I feel like that's what life is about, sharing it with somebody else and, and together as a partnership, sharing it with other people too. So. How
do you feel about marriage? Have you ever been married before?
I have.
You have, for real?
I'm actually recently divorced.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm joking.
I guess. I was married for 18 years. I got married at 18.
Oh,
literally,
no.
I turned 18
that was a bad
on
joke then. My bad.
the 17th, and then we got married on the 29th of September. So,
what happened in your situation?
Just not mature enough. Yeah. Got married too young and thought that we had it all worked out and we could figure it out, and we just played in each other's face, honestly. Like, we just continued.
For 18 years?
Man, we played a lot for at least 10 to 12 of those 18 years. And then it got to those points was like, okay, either we're going to be married or we're not going to be married. We got to figure this out. And then we went through those moments of, okay, we got it. And then one of us was like, this look good. Let me go over here real quick. So then now we back at square one. And it was just like, okay, at some point we've got to just be accountable to each other. Like, I'm not going to give you what you need. You're not going to give me what I need. It's not fair for us to hold each other in this place when we know that we can't meet each other's expectations. So we're like best friends now. I talk to him every day. That's all day, every day.
So what's your view of marriage now?
It depends. Like, some days I feel like, yes, I want to be married again. And then some days I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I want to do that again. I just,
So let me tell y'all.
I don't know.
I don't believe in contractual marriage at all.
And that's the part for me. It's like, I don't know.
I just don't believe in the contractual part. I do believe in monogamy. I 100% believe in monogamy.
So why don't you believe in the contraction? Like, first of all, I don't think that I think when you think about it as a contract,
I can't think of it.
I feel like it has a
way.
negative connotation. It's a covenant. Like, it's a covenant.
Right. But so I agree with him on that.
Correct.
So,
and that's not my belief neither.
For me, I feel the same way he feels. Like, we got married, went to the courthouse, we filled out this paperwork. That was easy. Pay your little, I think it was like $25, $50 or something like that. Sign your name, bring your ID. You're married. Great. Everything's perfect. Now, it didn't work out. We've decided we don't want to be together anymore. Okay, you got kids? Cool. Now you got to fill out a child support. Now you got to fill out a financial affidavit. Now you got to split the marital properties. Now you got to see what kind of debt y'all got together. Yeah. Now we got to get all in your business. 365 days, 24/7. What are you doing with your kids? Where are y'all meeting up to drop them off? Who's going to pay for what? Like, why did you have to why do we have to do all that to decide that it didn't work? Like, it was easy for y'all to you didn't tell me I had to go to premarital counseling, or how long have y'all been together? What says to you that this marriage will work, that says that you're going to do it? So why did you give me such flack for trying to get out of it? So if I did get married again, I don't know that I want to go to the courthouse and file it. Now, am I going to make sure that the person that I decide to commit my life to is taken care of, absolutely. We're going to do trust. We're going to get a lawyer. We're going to make sure that my will gives you what you need. I'm going to make sure that you are secure in everything that you need to have, so that if I leave before you leave, no one can take away from you what you put into us. But I don't know that I want the government all in my business like that again. Or the city officials.
It's bigger than that for me. Like, I feel like it's bigger than that.
And it is bigger than that, but why do they have to be involved? I want to have a ceremony.
So she pretty much summed up what I believe in from personal experience, because I've never been married before, because I never believed in marriage my whole entire life. Okay. But mainly because you know how you was just talking about your experience with the Huxtable thing. Mm-hmm. I've never seen a healthy relationship ever in my life.
So truth is a matter of perspective.
Yeah.
That's why you feel that way, because you weren't exposed to it.
Correct.
You know, and I guess for me, and I can't just sit here and say that because my parents were married, I want to be married. I just feel like I was just created to love. You know,
so
like
it's two sides of the marriage thing for me though. Mm-hmm. One side is the love side, and the other side is the business side.
Right, and marriage is a business.
I can't ignore the business side, and I've been a businessman for what? How old am I? For about 8-9 years now, and I've never signed a piece of paper ever in my life in business that didn't benefit me, and I just don't see where a marriage would benefit me. It doesn't benefit me at all. So now we talk about the love side, right? Mm-hmm. But I'm also not a very stubborn person. So like I tell people this all the time, they can't believe it coming from me. But like if I really was with a woman that really believed in God and marriage and everything that comes with that, and that's what she really wanted to do, I truly would do it. I would do it just for her. I don't believe in God
not for you,
nor marriage,
really?
but I would do it for her.
So you don't believe in anything? You just
But I would do it for her though, if that's what she really wanted.
So you would go to church, worship God.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. I'm
but
not
how
doing
does that?
Because I ain't gonna play in nobody's face like that.
Right. Okay, so you're doing it for her, but so that's more than a healthy compromise. If it's something that you just don't believe, are you open to it though? Like. So
another layer to it is, I also believe that two different people with two different beliefs can coexist and be together. Absolutely. A lot of people don't think that can happen. Sure, I do, and I think those two people also can raise children because in my household growing up, my mom never like forced us to go to church. Like we went a couple times, and she could tell like neither one of us was with that shit. And she was like, and I was young. I think I was in like 3rd grade. We had just moved to Germany, and me and my brothers was all asleep on top of each other. And she was like, never again. And we never went again. I think
it's good that she didn't force it on you guys. I do think that, you know.
She never did. But she also is one of those, my mom's she's a Southern girl.
Okay.
She's from Louisiana. So she really is deep into religion.
Okay.
So she would never have a conversation with me about that. Never.
Wow. Well, let me just ask, did you grow up in a 2-parent household?
I did for a little while.
Okay.
I had a stepdad. I think they got married when I probably was like 6 or 7. I think she met him when I probably was like 4, and they was together until I was in like 9th or 10th grade. And but it wasn't that kind of relationship. It was one of those. He slept on the couch. She slept in the bed. Sometimes he slept in the bed, but they both was in the military too, so they was gone all the time. And you could just tell they was on some shit like, oh, we just together for the kids. We gonna split up when they gone type shit. They didn't make it that long though.
So I feel like for you, and this isn't about you, but I feel like your level of exposure kind of like dictated your views. Now.
I can't say that because I kind of grew the same way he did. Like I had a stepdad in the house,
and y'all's views are the same a little bit
together. But I did get married contractually.
Okay,
yeah.
So my views on that have changed since the separation and divorce. It hasn't always been like that. But I just honestly, being married and then now being divorced, I don't see the benefit of letting the state of Georgia decide
It's
what's
bigger
okay
than
and
that,
what's not
though.
okay.
It's bigger than
Is
that.
it bigger than Nino Brown?
Right. It is
But that's
absolutely
what I'm saying.
bigger than that.
It is absolutely bigger than that. And I'm
Nobody
willing to
gets-
give the bigger things that go with that. I
Yes.
just don't want the state of Georgia to have anything to do with it.
But this is how you keep the state of Georgia out of that. Because nobody gets married to get divorced.
They don't.
Yeah?
They don't.
Okay.
But that divorce rate 51% now.
It is. And we'll get to that too. We'll get to that
No, we
too.
don't get married to get divorced, but the reality of life is that could happen.
It can
so
happen.
I don't want.
But I feel like a lot of times though, and this is the thing with marriage, with dating, everybody has some baggage that they come with. But I feel like nowadays nobody is willing to unpack that baggage together. It's just so much easier for us to just say, this isn't working. What do they say when you get divorced? Irreconcilable
Irreconcilable differences.
differences. Yes. And that's not always like the case. I just feel like it's just so much easier. I feel like it's just a cop out. I really do. I do.
So you feel like divorce is a cop out?
For some people.
For some people,
For some
some people, it just
Because
doesn't work. Or
It just
can't
doesn't work.
Like,
Absolutely.
my ex, I feel like he's a great man. I know he's gonna be a awesome husband to the wife that he wants to be a husband to.
Sure.
And I
yeah.
just wasn't her, and
Okay.
that's okay. I'm cool with
for
that.
that time you were. For the time
maybe
you
for
were.
that time I wasn't. Maybe I just am never her. Whatever life does, what it does. But I'm okay with that. So it wasn't that we didn't want to put in the work or that we didn't try to put in the work.
It just
doesn't
work out.
matter how much work we put into it. If
Yeah.
I'm not what you want, if I'm
For
not what
sure.
you're seeing, if I'm not your future, if I am not worthy of you deciding to sit down, stay home, humble yourself, take me on dates, like do the work
Right.
that it takes to be in a marriage, I can be there fighting all day and it's never going to do what it's going
Right.
to do. So
let me ask you, Slim, because she said some things, and because you are a man, just to get a man's perspective on here. Do you feel like I believe this. I feel like a man, it doesn't matter if you're a good woman. Like if a man is not, you can be a great woman. If a man is not ready, a good woman can't make him ready. Nothing can make him ready if he's just not ready. Do you agree with that?
Before we got on the podcast, I told you we was talking about women controlling sex, and the only thing that a man does control is marriage. That's all he controls.
that's true.
He doesn't control anything else.
Well, I don't know. Nowadays, these girls asking.
Right.
They get down on one knee.
That's
They
not-
You know
like,
Yeah.
what's crazy?
baby, I'm not waiting on you.
You know what's
What
crazy?
would you do?
I'm a photographer. One of the first jobs I ever did before was a woman proposed to a black woman to propose to a white man when he came back from
Wow.
overseas. He was in the military.
Wow.
And I'm just not
It
gonna
ain't that much
comment on
love
that
in the
on
world.
www.
I just feel like
I
it
would
ain't that
kick
much.
that bitch in her
I'ma
face.
just say it ain't that. But listen, here you is taking a picture though, but you feeling like
I would have kicked that bitch. I really wanted to kick her for real. Like, man, you don't get your stupid ass up.
I'm not gonna
Why is you
comment on that on
over there?
www.
right.
We're just
It ain't that much love, and I'm a love warrior,
Next.
and I'm saying it ain't that much love in the world.
Next.
Man, I ain't gonna lie too. Like, as a man, I think that shit's disrespectful as fuck.
I feel like it too. It's very masculine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
Like,
woman.
you really got me out here looking like a bitch in front of my whole family.
But they be
That
excited
shit's
about
crazy.
it. They be crying and everything in the video sometimes.
Right.
Like, yeah.
I just feel like we live in a different world where certain things like that were taboo before is like acceptable now, and it's weird. Like,
Is it acceptable? Or is it just
I mean,
happening?
it's happening,
Right.
okay? Maybe that's a better way of putting it.
It's just happening now. I don't necessarily know that it's acceptable, but those things are happening now. I'm just not gonna propose to a man. Honey, what?
Yeah, I can't.
I might give you an ultimatum, like,
I don't even do that.
hey, it's
I feel
been
like
some
though, if a man
time.
wants you, he wants you. You know, like to give him an ultimatum is like, you know, like does he want? You know, it's not. It's
Right,
just
because
not
now
something
at
you
this
wanna
point
do.
you're doing it. So then that's
'Cause
when
I
our exit
said
stage
it.
left.
That's true.
That's why
I'm an exes. Let me ask you this:
that's why we divorced.
do you feel like okay, like in dating? Because I'm a single woman. Like with me in dating, I literally give a guy 15. A guy has 15. I don't tell him this, but a guy has 15 minutes to captivate me. 15 minutes.
Women always got some crazy ass rules.
Right, because what is he supposed to do in 15 minutes that captivates you?
Listen, I'm not, and this is the thing too.
I got some bum ass homeboys that'll really captivate you in 15 minutes.
That's the thing. A lot of them have the ability to captivate you in 15 minutes, but they can't keep you. The keeping comes after the 15 minutes. So in 15 minutes, I'm listening to what this brother is saying, you know, like just his mannerism, all of these things. And believe it or not, you can learn a lot about a person in 15 minutes. I had this guy. I was on it was a speed date, like FaceTime thing. Mm-hmm. One of my homeboys, yes, check me out now. One of my homeboys, I was like, yo, I'm looking. I'm the type of woman where I'm not afraid to approach a guy, especially if I'm interested. So I asked my homeboy, I'm like, you got any single, like I said to you, any eligible guys, that are looking for a committed relationship? So he was like, I'm gonna scroll through my call log. I'm gonna call him. He called this one dude. It was a Thursday. I'll never forget because the guy picked up the phone.
I want to hear this.
He said, "Oh, it's Freaky Thursday. What y'all got going on?" He said,
"That's my nigga."
That don't even go together. What is Freaky Thursday? It's Freaky Friday. You should have said Thursday.
Right.
Then I might have been excited.
Right. So after the guy introduced us, he yeah, what's up? What you got going on? It's Freaky Thursday. I sell sex toys and you might need one.
But now,
so I'm saying though,
weird. Not as
very weird. And guess what? The nigga was 40 years old. Sir,
that nigga immature.
He was 40 years old.
That nigga immature.
He was 40 years old, and then get this, getting ready to go out to the club.
I'm still going to the club when I'm 40. Don't do that.
No. So what I'm saying though, in 15 minutes, it is possible to learn a lot about an individual.
It is possible. Maybe, okay, for that kind of guy. But if you're meeting a guy who is a little bit shy or reserved.
For sure.
He's
they
like,
still
I don't want to
do
too much or, not enough or whatever. So he's giving you what he thinks is appropriate for those first 15 minutes.
And that's where they go wrong at a lot, though.
And you don't take it past those 15 minutes. You really could have missed out on the gym.
I do believe that. And let me tell you why I'm becoming more open to, giving them more time. Because I recently had a situation. This was also through that guy.
Don't take no more recommendations from him.
Listen to this story, though. Listen to this story, okay? So his friend actually happened to be in town. And I'm not a, on the spot type of date person, But anyway, this guy, he was in town. So I was like, okay, what the heck? Let's just do this. Went out on the date with the guy. 15 minutes, I'm captivated. I'm locked in. I'm ready for a second date. I'm ready to see how this thing is going to go. I mean, he's just everything. And I don't just ask what's your favorite color? Stuff like that. I'm not asking that. I'm asking subconscious questions because I want to know, what am I really dealing with? So he passed that mark. He texted me the next day. I'm not going to pull up the text messages. I'm going to just say, he texted me the next morning. And what he texted me, it was very simple. But it prompted me to look this guy up. And baby, when I looked this guy up...
He married.
What did he text you?
You want me to tell you? It wasn't bad. Okay. He texted me, good morning. First of all...
What?
Listen, let me get there.
Go ahead.
Good morning was one word, all lowercase.
The
first letter of the word, good, was lowercase.
I'm aggravated.
He said, good morning. And the question, it was space, question mark. And then he said, how did you sleep? And I was immediately annoyed. But let me tell you, it was enough for me to look him up. And when I looked him up, I found out this guy, he's been married since 2015. He still lives with the woman. He lied to me about his age. He lied to me about his age.
Did he lie to you or did he lie to social media?
He lied to me. Because this is the thing. He told me I'm 32. And I'm like, oh my God, you're 32. You're such a baby. I looked him up and found out he's 30. I kept saying oh, you're so young. But I'm like, you're mature. I feel like that was the doorway for him to be honest. And he just completely fumbled. He fumbled.
Hey, what did the good morning? What about the good morning text prompted you to look up red flags?
Because he the way that he presented himself.
I was just about to say, I can tell you what it was. The way you came to me last night in this good morning space question mark. How did you sleep?
You texted me like you in 3rd grade.
You went from a nice, respectable gentleman to an F-boy.
Listen, when I tell you this, when he answered my questions, I was like, okay, maybe this is, I always talk about, anyway, I was like, maybe this is the reason why I'm in Augusta. I met this guy. This is the reason why I'm in Augusta. And then you text me like you're in 3rd grade, and my soul, like literally my soul.
So good morning texts are a no?
No, it's not.
It's not that he said good morning. It's the fact that,
way he
first of all, your phone
corrects you.
Capitalizes the first letter of all of your words.
Oh,
okay.
So we going off of grammar on the text message.
Yes.
You took the time to press the space bar before you wrote good morning, and that's why your G was not capitalized.
You didn't even put a space in between good
morning is not one word. It is 2 words, honey. And then why did you put a question mark after good morning? Are you asking me, am I having a good morning? Or what are we trying to convey here? And how did I sleep? Stop playing with me.
Girl math.
Rough crowd.
It's not and let me tell you something. It's so funny because I screenshot it and I sent it to my friend. I didn't even have to say anything. She immediately knew what the problem was. You know?
And I hate when they hit that good morning beautiful.
Off. Right.
Baby, what?
What about the Grand Rising Queen?
I can't stand it.
I'm with y'all on that shit.
I don't talk to anybody that do the Grand Rising.
With the fucked up grammar, y'all tripping.
No.
Some niggas just got horrible grammar.
Right.
Everybody can't be English teachers.
He spoke very well that night.
If he would have captivated her in those 15 minutes with that horrible grammar, then he would have had that pass the next morning. But you came to me all suave, debonair, elegant the night before, and then this morning I got a lowercase good morning text. No, ma'am.
I text back though. Usually I block.
Some niggas aren't good at writing.
Huh?
Some niggas aren't good at writing.
This man, he was an engineer.
Exactly.
Numbers.
Numbers. Stop. This nigga ain't took an English class since he was fucking 18 years old.
But you want to go to the engineer conference.
It has nothing to do with them being... I'm going to say, okay, it was exciting to know that it was about engineers because I'm an overthinker. I feel like I have to have a problem to solve every day. If I don't have a problem, I'm going to create a problem to solve. So the way that the mind of an engineer works... Yes. The way that the mind of an engineer works, like I feel like we would be so compatible.
Y'all will both be in the house tearing up stuff just to have things to fix. Maybe you don't need
this is the wildest shit I ever heard in my life.
That's bonding.
The problem to solve, why do you need a problem every day?
No. The most important question is...
That's a little toxic.
The most important question is, why do you think somebody's profession is going to be the perfect person for you?
It's not necessarily...
You ain't even pick like an NBA player. Like you picked the engineer.
Though it's not about that because I've met other engineers. I feel like to be like an engineer, you have to your like mind.
What kind of engineer though?
It doesn't matter. I've met chemical engineers. I've met software engineers. I've met all kind of engineers. It's just the way that their mind works.
Okay, so you like the way that their mind has to compute.
love the way
I don't get this shit.
And let me say this. So I'm the type of woman, like, I'm such a, like, helpmate. Yeah?
Okay.
Like, so to me, I want nothing more than to
serve my spouse.
Serve my spouse.
Right.
Hold on.
Right?
Let me ask you a question real quick because I want to do something fun.
Okay, let's go.
What is it about the engineer that you think makes their mind so interesting? Like, what's a good question to ask the engineer? What makes their mind so fun? Because I want to call my homeboy on the phone and I want to ask his dumb ass. I want to see what he say.
It's not
Let
even
me not say
necessarily
dumb.
like...
I'm with bro. He not dumb.
It's not necessary. It's just the way in general. Let me say this. I had a client back in Florida who is an engineer. And I mean, this man, he wanted to know what was the what is it? The square footage, the price per square footage. He wanted to know that. And it's like, who the heck wants to know that? I mean, but
But that was intriguing to you.
Yes, it was intriguing to me because guess what? It was a problem and I had to solve that problem. So because I knew then.
Baby, no.
Hey, I figured it out. I figured it out. It don't take much to float her boat.
It don't. As long as you.
Guess what? Listen. And
you're giving like. Remember what movie was that? With Bobby Brown when he worked at the mechanic shop and she started dating him. Two could play that game. You're getting.
I hate that fucking.
I never saw that movie.
Okay, so Bobby Brown worked at the mechanic shop.
Okay.
And he was busted, toe up, but she saw potential in him, and she was like, he could be a real good man. And
I remember that shit.
He got his own business. He know how to fix cars. He's kind of smart. He just looks scruffy or whatever. This is perfect. I got a project. I can fix him up. I can turn him into the man
I don't like
I need
projects.
him to be.
I don't
you need
want
a problem.
No, I need
the
a
problem.
Listen,
for her to solve was that he looked like a bum, but he's an educated, professional business owner.
I'm not trying to fix anybody up.
That's
Hold on, can I
like
call my
that.
homeboy on the pod real quick?
Because
I want to see if this works.
Let's do this. Yeah, let's do this for sure. I definitely
I'm
don't
gonna
like.
ask him 2 questions. I'm gonna see what's going on.
Okay, all right, and I want to hear it so I can determine if this.
What's up, bro?
What's going on, dog?
All right, so it's a 2-part question. The first part is, have you ever had a woman approach you just because you're an engineer?
Yeah.
What kind of woman is this? Like, what is she fascinated with you? Like, what does she like about you being an engineer?
She know I ain't broke. A critical thinker.
Exactly.
So hold up. Let's get to the critical thinking part. What makes you a critical thinking? Like, what about you?
I mean, when I have to deal with problems at work, I have to think about things.
It's over.
So I have to think about how. Oh, go ahead.
And do you think that's like a good trait women should look for? Like, honestly, bro.
I mean, I don't see why not.
Men are to lead. We need men to solve problems.
We gonna X out who you are. Do you think you the hottest bachelor because you an engineer?
Oh, hell no. I know I'm not, bro. Like our homeboy Travis just got married the other weekend, so it was like me, Keldrick, and Jamal, and we was hanging out with him and like the other groomsmen in the group, and all of them niggas is lawyers, and they be on some whole other shit. But you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say I'm the hottest topic. I'd say engineers might be like in the top 5, but.
So now we're dating men based upon their
That's not it
occupation?
at all. No, it has nothing to do with income. Before you hang up with him, ask him, is he going to be at the conference in Atlanta?
Are you gonna be at the conference in Atlanta, bro?
Nah, I'm not gonna make it down there. Not this go around.
It's
I'm
not
out in the Midwest. I'm in Ohio.
Okay.
Yes. For some reason, I'm doing a podcast, and this young lady, she really wants to meet an engineer because she feels like y'all critical thinking is just so amazing. And I was asking her what kind of engineer, but she didn't. But she didn't say your field. So maybe you.
What field is he? Cloud?
Mechanical.
Mechanical. Okay, he's good with his hands.
Everybody.
Hey, ask him, does he make?
Like, that's true, but mechanical is way more than dealing with hands. We actually design like robotic systems.
Right.
Yes.
Okay. So guess what? I tell him I'm a retired nurse. Okay. So don't they build like prosthetics and stuff for the nursing for people who need prosthetics and stuff?
Right. There we go. So a lot of the design work and all of that stuff that go into it, that's mechanical engineers that do that.
Yeah, I know this.
Oh, I ain't gonna lie. She's scouting y'all niggas, bro. Bro, you might want to hit Atlanta and see what the fuck she talking about.
Not necessarily scouting.
I don't know what it is. Cause she don't seem like she trying to get taken care of. So you might got to see what's going on.
All right, that's a bet.
All right, bro. Appreciate it, bro.
Let me later.
All right.
No, it's not about being taken care of. It has nothing to do with, the amount of money they make. I'm not scouting somebody out about their money.
I meant like, if you're not a lawyer, then you don't know how to debate. You're not quick on your toes. If you're not an engineer, then you don't have critical thinking.
Yeah, that shit is cliche as fuck.
You know what I mean? Like,
I'm with her. That shit is cliche.
Okay, let me just say this.
Like, your job matters. Like, your job matters, but your job doesn't matter. But for you, it's like, you can't date a teacher because all you know how to do is take care of kids.
No,
we might not want more kids.
Listen,
Like, you know what I'm saying?
That's just cliche.
There's no discrimination. But in my encounter with men, excuse me, I have noticed that I can always spot an engineer. I always know an engineer. I just do. Number one, even if you're on a date with them, they're asking questions that not all men are asking.
It's very sick.
Bino, let me get a shot too, man.
I'm just like, I don't know.
So it's not necessarily about them being engineers. I just feel like that's just what I mesh with.
Friend,
you know how
I don't know. I don't know.
What? Hey, I'm 100% true to I am a different individual.
You are.
I'm a very
and
different,
you're allowed
and I'm
to
okay
be
with that.
Individual.
Yeah, but that's just kind of weird, though.
It's not necessarily weird because it's not like I'm gonna say, "Oh God, he's a realtor. I'm not gonna date him. He's a lawyer. I'm not gonna date him."
Hey,
Because I've dated a bunch of different. Well, I'm not gonna say a bunch of different, but the men that I've dated a dope dealer. I've dated.
Oh my.
So, can I tell you something interesting?
Go ahead.
The most interesting and intelligent person I've ever met in my life is a meth addict.
I can agree with that.
He's never had a good job ever in his life. So, like, for you to like think that like just because somebody's an engineer, like they're gonna be so intriguing, that shit is just crazy to me. Like, and I promise you, like, I'm not talking about my homeboy I just called, but like anybody that you can bring me, I can go get my dog from the meth den. And bring him there. He's going to be way more intelligent and way more intriguing.
I have a brother who's on drugs, and he's very intelligent.
Well, it's not even about the drugs. Before he started doing drugs, he's just like, I'm not going to call him autistic because that's not politically correct, but like, he's just one of them people that just got a knack for everything. And like, he's just good as fuck at everything. Like, when we was in high school, we went to a fucking white school. He was best dressed.
Wow.
Like, he can rap like a motherfucker. He's just intelligent as hell, had straight A's.
I feel like some of the most intelligent or talented people are, on the streets like that.
But he's somebody that would really intrigue you. Just because
but that
somebody's
don't
an
mean
engineer,
they're intriguing that I need to date them.
like, but listen, my homeboy I just called, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't see him. I couldn't see you being intrigued by him. Don't get me wrong. Like, he might get into character when y'all on a date and do all the shit that you want. Because that's really what women don't get too. Niggas play games and create characters and like
sure.
all I have to do, like, because niggas are slick sociopaths. All I have to do
and narcissists.
You said 15 minutes, right?
Yeah.
All I have to do is look at you for fucking 30 seconds and I know who the fuck you are and what you want and I can just be that person.
No, that's not true.
That's 100%.
And I feel like that's where the men go wrong at,
in his bag.
Huh?
It depends how deep a nigga in his bag of being a sociopath.
No, but I feel like that's where they all go wrong at. But there's a lot of things, though, that you cannot fake. The way that a person does anything is the way they do everything. And I'm all of that stuff I'm looking at on a date. It be little stuff like, dang, we just, we got out of the car. He ain't opened the door. Like, this nigga is rude to the waiter. Just it's little stuff for me that I'm like, okay, I'm internalizing it in 15 minutes. I already know whether this is person.
Okay, so you're just talking about somebody being a good person.
For sure. I recognize it. I mean, when I'm going to say good person, but also I have non-negotiables. Also, obviously, they're not going to meet all five in that 15 minutes, but I'm able to see like that person's core values and stuff like that.
You haven't it counted down. I have 5 non-negotiables.
Absolutely. I got them in my phone. They on deck.
Meet these.
I want to hear them too.
Yeah, they're non-negotiables.
I want to hear them.
I'm not talking
But
about
hold up, though.
right
Let me tell you. I don't know why you don't think a man can't trick you for 30 days.
They can, but guess what?
Baby.
Most men can trick you for 30 days.
In 30 days, how long Steve Harvey said hold it? To wait to see how much he
90?
changed?
But guess what?
Steve Harvey a bitch.
Listen, right. But listen, I am very celibate. So if they think that they going to get some.
Oh, hell.
They can hold that. They can.
Oh, hell.
It don't
Let's
matter.
get into
90
it.
days. I am very celibate.
How long are you celibate when you're
Some
dealing with a man
years.
that you're dealing with? No. How long are you going to be celibate when you're dealing with a man that you're interested in and y'all going down that path?
If I'm interested in the guy and I feel like we have to at least be in a committed relationship, and I foresee us getting married.
So let me.
So celibacy, does that mean that you don't have, in your opinion, does that mean that you don't have any sexual type encounters. What is your definition of celibacy?
All right, Bino just asked, what's her definition of celibacy? Does that mean she doesn't have any sexual encounters? Does she masturbate? Does she have sex with girls?
Right.
Yeah, that type of shit. That's what Bino
Okay,
asked.
so I will say that I'm not going to give the amount of years, but for years it was completely like nothing, no masturbation, no nothing. And like recently, I did get a toy, and I've since thrown the toy away, but it was like complete celibacy.
What the fuck? So, why did you throw the toy away? Like you felt
I
guilty?
felt such
or some
conviction.
Why?
I felt such conviction because I went all of these years.
Shit? Women have post regret nuts.
Huh?
Women have post regret
What?
nuts. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Walking past the mirror, can't look at yourself.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It's worse for us men though, because like, let's say you on the toilet, you scrolling through Twitter. Twitter got so much porn,
Yes.
and you just like fuck it. You jack off real quick. As soon as you get done jacking off, you gotta look up in the mirror. That shit is
Exactly.
awkward.
I gotta go wash the freaking toy off and not look in the mirror.
That shit's not a big deal. See, when women masturbate, it's kind of sexy. I ain't gonna lie. Like, it
Yeah,
shouldn't
for
be a big
you
deal.
guys, but it's like
No. I'm talking about just for y'all, period. Like, for us, it's like, bro, you crouch down on the fucking toilet. You used to be skinny, now your titties hanging on your stomach. Your dick look like a turtle. You know what I'm saying? And you just look up, your dreads all wet because you was sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit is bad. That shit is bad.
Visual is horrible.
right.
Oh, it's a horrible visual. I ain't gonna lie. Last time I jacked off, I was thinking that shit. I was like, nigga, look at you. Look at you. And I was in that bitch like, what?
I cannot.
So, like, what's your problem with masturbation, though?
Like I said, for all of those years, there was nothing, and then like I felt like that was kind of like it opened the door because I'm like, I want more, so
Right, yeah.
like,
It's like a
abstaining
gateway.
for all of those years and then like falling like that, I felt like heavy conviction. Not that I just like ran out like, oh, let me go find somebody I'm gonna.
Whoa.
But it did, like, my mind was just like on some, like I was just like, fantasizing and stuff. So it just
Right.
like, yeah,
Well,
I
open up
felt
some
so
more doors
bad.
and windows that hadn't been open.
Yeah,
It was like, okay,
yeah.
you did just fine without this. So why did you?
Right.
Why do we need it?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
like
Slap
when
through
you've
the
been on that
toilet.
diet. You was fasting for 30
Yeah.
days. You ain't have no soda. 30 days is up, and you go and drink that soda, and you be like,
why I did
Why
that?
did you do? Why did you do
Yeah.
it? You really didn't need it. You made it 30 days. You really could have just.
And
never
it's like, now
picked
you
up a
got to
soda
start
again.
over.
Do you think not busting a nut make you a better person or something?
For me, because everybody has their individual reasons. So for me, like even the decision to begin with, because like I was explaining before, sex is so much, like it's so sacred to me. Like my definition, like it's not just like an encounter that you just have. It's so much more to me. So
it's a nut to you, though.
it's just,
I ain't mean to cut you off. I just have
pleasure.
to know this.
It's pleasure.
And
Like,
you
it's
feel
just
like you
a-
shouldn't have that. It's a pleasure you shouldn't have.
No, it's not necessarily that, but I want to experience that pleasure, like with somebody that I love. Like it's
You don't love
fake
yourself?
I love myself, but that's like
Good question.
No,
I like that
I'm
question a
saying
lot.
though, it's like it's a freaking
You
toy.
can't-
Like
you
it's
can't have
like you
intimacy
can't
with
like.
you?
I can't. I know how to please me better than anybody else knows how to please me. But at the same time, I just felt
So why
like
not do it?
because it just doesn't feel right.
I get what you're saying.
It just
though.
doesn't feel
it
right.
It does put you in a
know?
different place because I did celibacy
To be calling somebody's name
for
to a
like
toy.
a year. Okay,
That was
so
That was weird.
I did celibacy for like a year,
Uh-huh.
and I've done it. Yeah, because when my husband and I were separated the first time, or ex-husband, sorry, we did a year, and I didn't do anything that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we separated this last time, he moved to Carolina, I moved here. I kept to myself for at least a year, so it does make a difference when it's locked down, nothing's happening.
sure.
Then you don't have those gateway thoughts. You're not thinking
Yeah.
about it. It's not a desire that your body has. It's
Mm-hmm.
not something that you have to deal with at all because you get to a point where it's just like, okay, whatever. And it's not even on your
Yeah.
mind
I
anymore.
feel like in general,
But
like,
once you start that self-pleasure, then you get to that spot where it's like you said, now you kind of want a little bit more because that was good, but it wasn't enough because I can't do all the things that someone else would do with me, for me. And then you crave the intimacy of the partner when it comes with that. And then now your body is like back to that craving it, kind of like that fast. Like I went 30 days. After the first like 10 to 12 days, I'm not getting a headache anymore. I don't really want the caffeine anymore. I'm good to go. The rest of this is going to be A1. And then I go have that one soda. Now I'm addicted again. Like, God, dog, I gotta have another one. I gotta have another one. Yeah. So, I mean, I get why you would say
and I
like.
feel like too for me, like it made me so clear, like just in life in general, and for dating. You know, like, it just made me clear. You know,
right?
I was able to ease. That's why the 15 minutes came about, because it's like this nigga don't even deserve to be in my presence.
I see.
Yeah, so I like being celibate though. I do.
I enjoyed it too. I liked it too. It was easy.
What's there to like about it?
It just
Control.
Sometimes sex is like it's overtaking. Sometimes it's just like one of those things that's like always on your mind, always a thing. You see it in everywhere. Yeah, it's distracting.
Distracted.
So when you've eliminated that, it kind of frees. It's kind of like social media,
right?
Almost like when you're not on social media and you spent that time away from social media, you realize that there's so many more things in the world. Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know the sky was that blue because I'm always looking at my phone.
Yeah.
Like, so if you're always sex on your mind, like, because oh man, I'm feeling a little. Let me go to the bathroom and fix it,
crazy.
or whatever. Like, it takes away that.
See, I feel
that
like
space
that.
in your
I feel
mind.
like that about porn. I don't feel that way about sex.
Why porn and not sex?
Because porn does this weird ass shit, especially for us men, where we like think that's what real life is.
Unrealistic expectations. Yeah.
And then like we get addicted to that shit, and because it's never the jacking off for us. I don't know why women think we just like want to jack all the time. It's not the jacking. It's always the porn, and it puts you in a bad headspace. You get addicted to it. You want to do it all the time. You wasting time. You got to be at work at 8:30. You woke up at 7. You just jacked off for 45 minutes because you seen a video on Twitter you liked.
Right.
Now you late as fuck for work. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And
so that's why I try to stay away from the porn.
Right. So then consider that with her celibacy and why the full celibacy from self-intimacy and other person intimacy is important.
Sex should never be like that though.
You woke up at 7 o'clock, you got to be at work at 8:30.
Right,
if you were if you were choosing full intimacy and you weren't self-pleasuring, then that hour and a half before you had to be to work, 45 minutes of that could have been spent doing something else versus being caught up in that sex.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna like if I'm dealing with a partner and I wake up in the morning time, we're not gonna be like trying to get it in real quick and I gotta go to work and shit. Like we might, but it's gonna be quick for real. But with the porn shit, it's like you scrolling and shit, you doing too much.
Right.
Like that's time consuming.
That is.
Sex ain't time consuming. It
Right.
ain't gotta be.
It's not, but that's you with your partner.
'Cause y'all know each other.
Right, for your partner. But her deciding, I don't have a partner, I'm not giving it to anyone. And when I do have a partner, I'm not giving it to them until we are at, you already put a ring on it. Like,
and it's not even a ring. It's just like, until I feel like, okay, we're exclusive. I mean, realistically, like, and the thing is, okay, it's been these years.
You already said it now, baby.
It's been these years.
But the thing is I also have not really had an encounter with a man
that made you want to.
No.
Yeah.
I have no, not that. I have not had an encounter. I have not dated also. Okay? And then like there was this instance where I met a guy and I felt like, like this could be something. And then those feelings came back. Saying all of that to say that, when I meet a guy and we exclusively date, of course, like it's just kind of, it's going to happen, but it just has to be like when I feel like, okay, this is going somewhere. I can see this. I'm feeling it. Voila.
I get it.
But I'm not just like loosely, what?
I get it. I had a boyfriend. We dated for 8 or 9 months before we had sex. I was just like, yeah, no.
Why did y'all do that?
Because I was, after being young and promiscuous and then being sexually active with my ex-husband before we got married, I decided that if I was going to be in a relationship again, that I wanted to take the time
For sure.
to understand the relationship before I started inviting sex in the picture, because it does.
So how was that when you finally
change
invite
things.
sex into the picture? How was that experience?
It changed things, and then we broke up maybe 2 months later.
As a man, because I've heard in encountering different men, I hear like, everything can be great, and then like the moment that they have sex with a woman, like they bust, then it's like automatically like they're just done.
Yeah, post-nut regrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had those.
But I'm saying though, like in your mind, like why does that happen? Like
Well,
you just don't want anything to do with this individual.
Well, it's all kind of reasons. So first off, we wired different than y'all are. Like everything y'all was just saying, those were like emotional responses. Us
Right.
is more so physical. And for some odd reason, I don't know how to explain it, but for some odd reason, having a dick is like one of the worst things in the world. I'm telling you,
Agreed.
like, your dick get to thinking for you. You can't even figure no shit out, and then like
Because that blood be down.
Right.
it can be a girl like okay, especially when I was young. I remember when I was young, I used to love little hood bitches. I used to go to teen clubs in Augusta. Like I used to love tinted windows, fusions, BLs, Dirty South.
Yes.
I used to kill the teen clubs, and I'd meet these hood bitches, especially in Fox Den. I used to always be through Fox Den. Love them little hood bitches. You go through there and you be like, man, damn, this bitch so fun. I like this bitch. Soon as you bust that nut, you be like, man, this bitch ratchet as hell.
Wow.
God damn, I gotta get the fuck on. What the fuck was I thinking?
No, I'm saying though,
'Cause it's
actually,
your dick thinking for you.
Right. Okay, so I guess it would probably be the same too, where like a guy is spending, all of this time, where it goes from like, because I have people tell me these stories, yeah. So they go from spending all of this time with this individual, talking to this individual every day on the phone, and then it's like they have sex with them, and it's like non-existent.
Oh, that's something different. That's niggas that play the game differently. See, what y'all don't be understanding about them kind of niggas too, them niggas be like Prince Charming, right? And my homeboys tell me I be telling the game too much, but I'm just gonna tell y'all anyway.
We love it.
They be like Prince Charming. Y'all really be fucking with them. They be checking all the boxes and shit. Them niggas want the same goals as we all want. They just willing to do more things than the rest of us are willing to do.
The long game, okay.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm going to tell you, for example, what y'all was just saying earlier about the celibacy thing and getting into a relationship and not inviting sex into the relationship until y'all got ready type shit. I'm not doing that shit. We not even going to get to 30 days. I'm gonna tell you straight up, like,
that's great though.
I'm gonna tell you straight up, like, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, I fuck with you, and like I ain't really felt like this before. I want to be with you, and I want to see where this can go. But I'm not about to sit around here and not have sex. That shit don't even make sense for me. Yeah. Like, it's stupid. Like, I mean, if you want me to, like, I probably wouldn't say this part, but like, if you want me to, like, I'll play with you for 8-9 months, but I'm having sex.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, it's either we fucking or I'm fucking.
So do you think that, and this is my my fear. I mean, but it's not like a consuming fear, because I believe that I'll be rewarded. But my fear is that in encountering these men, and I'm not having sex with them, and I know it's so easy for them to just be like, oh, I'm gonna just go have sex with somebody else. So I struggle with whether or not like I'm gonna, and then like my standards, it's crazy. So I feel like,
I mean,
am I gonna be like
old,
right? Am I gonna be an old single person, like, because I'm not willing to abandon myself,
I don't know. It's possible for you because some of the stuff you're.
It depends.
Friend,
And
it's
funny,
weird
right
with
before we
you.
start recording, this is what I wanted to talk about too. This be the thing, like, there's always somebody out there for everybody, right? And it's just different kind of people. I'm gonna be honest with you, like, most women nowadays, they like bitch ass niggas. I say this on my podcast all the time. Like, they want a man because for some odd reason, men are more submissive nowadays. Like more submissive.
Very zesty.
And they not even zesty. They willing to take the back seat, let
Sassy.
women control. And like women are thriving right now. Like they're in fields where they're making more money. Of course, men make more money than women and probably always will, just because our biologic makeup and the type of jobs that men are able to do than women. And those statistics don't even fucking matter. But like women are in a place they never been before, and niggas is literally willing to sit in the house and let them take care of them. You know what I'm saying?
No,
so with all that being said, like you don't seem like a woman to me that like would go after that type of man. So you literally would have to find like that perfect partner that matches everything.
That's
that
why
you're
I'm
into.
going to the conference, bro.
Nah, listen though. But what you're
again.
looking for isn't there. I know that shit. Nah, I know that shit. I know that shit isn't there, because just because a nigga an engineer and he like numbers don't mean that nigga is with you mentally into the things that you're into.
For sure.
Right.
Yeah. That's where the vetting
So you might
process
end up
goes.
a cat woman because you looking in the wrong places. Like I tell my homeboys all the time. My homeboys be like, man, all these bitches want to do is get drunk and pop ass and truth and
Shake
da da
and
da.
pee and
That's
popping
because
eggs.
you keep going to the same
Right.
pond looking for catfish and ain't nothing but brim
Right.
there.
So
Right.
Keep
what
doing
would you
that shit.
advise?
You got a fetish for engineer niggas.
It's not even a
It's
fetish.
yeah, it's a fetish.
How often have you?
It's a
How
fetish.
often have you heard me talk about an engineer?
Nigga, that's just what it is.
How often have you heard me talk about an engineer?
The fact that you're willing to travel to go see these niggas.
No, it's just happenstance.
You got a fetish.
It's just happenstance.
It's
Listen,
not happenstance,
Get
baby.
caught.
You're planning it. Happenstance means I was in Atlanta this weekend. We went out to the bar. Oh, y'all, why
Yes,
are
that's
you guys
happenstance.
here? Oh, we're at an engineers conference. Oh, that's so cool. I love engineers. Let's talk about it.
No.
That's happenstance.
No, this is when I say happenstance. I was literally scrolling on TikTok, and sis was like, "If y'all don't stay in Atlanta, y'all better get to Atlanta this weekend." I happened to look when she posted it and when the weekend she was talking about, and I was like, "Wow!" Like the stars lined up. This is this weekend, and it just happens to be engineers. That's what I'm saying. It just happens to be engineers. Even if it was a realtors conference. Well, we gonna be there for the realtors conference.
So
but
it just happened to happen.
it
was just
happened to
happenstance.
happen. Happenstance. I'm
Yeah, this
open
don't
to
sound like no
dating
happenstance to me
any other career field. It's
Okay,
just
so let's
that,
go to the farmers conference.
No, not like that.
So what's wrong with
That's
that?
when you draw the line, huh?
Right. What's wrong with the farmers? He a
You-
hard-working
Bruh,
man.
I'm
He good
telling
with his
you, me and her
hands. He
must
get
be the
up
same
early.
person, because that's
Y'all
exactly
definitely
what I
Right.
said.
He get up early. He know dedication.
Bro,
he
you
know
literally
longevity.
use both
He
of the
knows
same analogies I use.
Right.
I use the All-Star Weekend analogy, and I use the farmer shit.
Like, he
them
know-
was them both the
he
ones I
knows.
use.
He knows how to do back-breaking work. He knows how to get up. He knows discipline. He knows consistency. He knows. So what's wrong with him? Why is he not good
I
enough?
think he outside.
He outside.
What's wrong with being outside?
He outside.
I want a man whose nails are freaking manicured.
Just because he
Oh,
outside.
my homeboy I just called. That's the mechanical engineer.
His nails manicured?
Hell no.
Guess what?
He worked with
He's
his
an
hands
engineer,
for
but guess
real.
what? I can manicure his nails.
But just because he outside don't mean his nails
I don't
not
want to
manicured.
manicure the farmer's nails.
Why?
Because then I gotta like take the dirt. I don't want a farmer.
Brother
it's my
hands is worse than the
prerogative.
farmer. His hands worse than the farmer. He got
so
grease
his
in his shit.
hands are non-negotiable.
I'm very picky. If the man's socks is dirty, it's a turn off.
Baby, what kind
Like,
of cat you want?
Huh?
What kind of cat you want?
What
You want a
color?
Maine Coon?
What color?
Right.
I'm-
Maine Coons are really nice cats.
I'm afraid of cats.
You're going to have to get your life together, boo.
you just gonna be in the crib by yourself.
It's just going to be you. You want some fish?
I'm terrified.
You need some lifelong friends.
Right.
Like
You
when
need
your
a-
friend call you
I
at 3 in the
do.
morning because she got
I
a
do.
DUI.
I have a lifelong friend.
All right,
You
when
need
he-
a tropical fish tank or something.
Knock on wood. If he ever call you at 3 in the morning because he got a DUI, you better go get that
I'm
nigga.
going.
Yeah, you better.
100%.
Because that's gonna be the
Baby,
only
no.
person visiting you when you're 60.
100%.
Because what?
No, it's very.
I don't know, friend.
I
You
don't know,
might
it's
you
like
might
it's-
need to check into that. You might
No.
not. You might need to take some time and really just.
I've taken 2 years to figure this thing out.
No,
It's
you've
gonna be a little
taken.
bit more.
You've taken 2 years.
Y'all telling me I need a little more time?
Yeah.
You've taken 2 years to create a list of what you don't like.
No, I have a non-negotiable list.
Can you please tell us the list? Stop hiding the list.
I'm gonna tell you one, which is really big to me. It's high on the list.
What?
Proactive communication.
That's simple.
Okay, but what if they don't know how to do that? You're not willing to teach that?
I'm not. And that's why when I go, this is why I'm not really wanting to express my non-negotiables. What happens when you tell a person what you want? What happens?
They do it.
Exactly. They become who I want them to be. I make space and opportunity for them to be who they are so I can decide if this is who I want to be, if they're in alignment with me. Because I don't want you to be who I tell you to be.
But
I want you to be who you are.
I don't subscribe to the you should just already know how to be with me kind of thing.
That's
I'm not
it.
gonna teach you. That's exactly what you just said to me.
No.
I'm gonna give him room to be who he is. If he doesn't meet the markers, I'm not willing to teach what he doesn't make or what he doesn't have. I'm not willing to teach that. You just have to be it.
Certain things are like core values and core beliefs. I can't teach you a core value. I can't teach you that. You either built with it or it's an innate thing. You're born with it.
So communication is something someone's born with.
No, it's not. I said that's high on the list, but that's not like it's a non-negotiable. If you can't proactively communicate with me, then that's an issue. And that's something you find out down the line. That's not something I'm going to know right away, but...
And you're 15 minutes.
No, that's not going to...
You're never going to find out if he's able to do it if you don't take him past 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's what I just said. I said that's something you learn down the line.
You're never going to know if it's down the line because he didn't make
your 15
minutes.
Because if he meet them other things, it's some other things. It's other things. Proactive communication is just something that's important to me because I'm an overthinker. So that's something I learned down the line, though. I can't possibly know that in 15 minutes. But the other stuff I can.
Oh, that's the only one you can't know.
You are
not
going to
I think
have,
it's like actually 7. Pull up my
you
list.
need to. You're gonna have. I don't know. Baby, what?
Story of my life.
I can't. I don't know.
Story of my life.
Like, some people don't know how to
communicate. Do you enjoy yourself? Like,
I
do you
absolutely
feel like
love
you live
my
in a
company.
moment?
Huh?
Do you feel like you live in a moment ever?
Not all the time. I'm an overthinker. I don't always live in the present moment. No.
So you're looking for somebody who can validate your qualities. Is that his job?
I'm not looking for validation.
Yeah, you are. Because you're saying, I'm an overthinker. He needs to be able to proactively communicate with me. So what you need him to do is to calm your overthinking.
That's not what I'm not. Remember how we talked earlier about managing emotions versus coddling emotions? I'm not looking for them to coddle these things, but it's just like I feel like it's and it's not even a healthy. I wouldn't even say a healthy compromise because if I'm telling you, hey, I'm not gonna say to you, oh, I'm an overthinker, blah blah blah. If I say in the past this X, Y, and Z has happened, so for me, it's important that I have somebody. If you're gonna be away for 3 days, don't just go away, goes for 3 days. Tell me, hey babe, I'm gonna, like I have this event coming up. I'm gonna be gone for 3 days. Like that's what I mean by proactive communication. Okay. Yeah.
That's simple.
That's simple.
That's simple.
But for a lot of guys, it's not. It's not. It's not all that simple. It could all be simple. What did Lauryn Hill say? But you'd rather make it hard.
Oh.
I don't think it's that simple for you. I really don't.
A lot of guys don't. They don't have the capacity, or they just don't take the effort, or they don't have the patience, to put in that effort to really see. My standards.
You require a lot of work.
I don't require a lot of work. My standards are not high. I don't require a lot of work. I'm just not easily impressed.
Your standards are a little high.
They are not high. I'm just not easily impressed.
They're not high.
If I told y'all my non-negotiables, you'll be like, let me find you a man like tomorrow. It's easy.
Nah, we ain't gonna be able to find it if you can't find it.
No, because I gotta make sure he get a manicure. I gotta make sure he know how to critically think. I gotta make sure that he knows how to communicate proactively. I gotta make sure that he's okay with celibacy. I gotta make sure that he has the values of believing in God.
That's a non-negotiable for 98.5%.
I gotta make sure he has values and believes in God. I gotta make sure that he wants marriage in the long run. I gotta make sure that maybe he might be okay with having more kids because it's possible that you might want more of those.
More kids,
okay,
really,
cool.
That's
Okay,
even
so then
worse.
he's gotta be okay with never having a kid with his wife.
That's even worse.
That belongs to him, that came from his loins. He's got to be okay with not continuing his legacy.
Yeah.
You gotta, right.
What
like,
I hear you guys saying is that I'm going to be single for a long time.
I'm not saying that you're going to be single, but
I think that as I'm getting older, though, because I will tell you this new revelation that I've had. I don't know if you were there you weren't there when I talked about it. So I'm not a serial dater. I did not believe in dating multiple people at once because I like to keep my focus on one person.
Well, that's not.
As I'm getting older,
you need to serial date.
I do feel like I'm open to dating different men, different counterparts, and deciding, like, okay, this is going to be the one, so I cut the rest of them off. I am open to that now that it's growth.
You need process of elimination. You need to understand.
I don't like that, though. I don't know how it's going to work because I'm like, I would be on the date. I like to have awkward conversations. Like, I just sent the message to a man, like, but he's married, though, and he was trying to take me on a date. Like, so I like awkward conversations. I like the, you're drinking water. I enjoy telling men no thank you.
Why?
Because it just like, it's like,
it's a boost for her head. She just likes to be like,
I like to politely say no thank you.
No,
but seriously,
I have the control. I have the ability to accept you or deny you. Listen,
and
honey,
block.
No, baby.
I don't just
Can we talk about heartbreaks now? Because
go back to the
y'all
altar.
asked me a question about heartbreaks.
Let's go.
I'm interested in y'all heartbreaks. Can y'all tell me y'all heartbreak stories?
I can tell you mine. That's actually how I ended up here. Heartbreak let me here. I was dating this guy, and I talked about this on the other podcast too. But I was dating this guy for 3 years and 31 days.
Oh my!
It's gonna make sense in a minute. So the 31 days came in. This guy, March 5th.
This your friend.
This is my best friend. March 5th, 2020. At 6:24 p.m.
Give it to us.
I received a text message in the middle of a conversation that said, "By the way, I'm having a son."
BT dubs.
By the way, I'm having a son. March 5th.
That's one of my biggest fears. Keep going.
2020. It gets worse. So as we further delve into that conversation, it took him a while to tell me when this all transpired and who it was with. But April 6, 2020, the kid was born. That's what the 31 days come in at. So the woman, he's a foreigner. The woman lived in the Dominican Republic. She's a foreigner also. Passport bro.
Shout out to the passport bros.
Or no.
Nah, shout out to them niggas.
So yeah, he had the kid, and eventually he would bring the kid to the States. I met the kid, fell in love with the kid for the first 2 years of his life. And then I said, the awkward conversation, I think that is best for you and your family to be together. And I left like the next day. And then February 18th, 2023, like 1:18 p.m., he texted me. No, he called and he said, "Your wish came true." And I was like, "What are you talking about? What, my wish? What are you talking about?"
He married her.
No, the kid's mom is moving to the States. I was like, "Oh, well, that wasn't my wish. Like why, that this is what you wanted to do all along." And so he moved the kid's mom there, and he calls me every night because she doesn't speak English. Anyway.
That story was crazy.
Is this heartbreak or is this a comedy special?
No,
this shit is crazy.
First of all, let's start at How long were y'all talking when he said that he was having a son?
I told you we were together for 3 years,
Okay.
31 days.
3 years and 31 days y'all were together. Correct. But you said you were present with the child for the first 2 years.
Yeah. And they
Okay.
still lived in the DR.
So how long were you all dating before the son came into play? Before this girl was pregnant? So that was a year of dating?
No, we were dating for 3 years. We were dating for 3 years.
So you were with the son for the 2 years after y'all
correct.
broke up.
Yeah, we broke up, and 2 years after. We weren't together.
That's when the mom had moved over.
No, after I moved here. So after we broke up, but he would bring the kid back and forth. I still met the kid, still built a relationship with the kid.
Why did you do that?
Because I'm a love warrior. And guess what? Like I love him. I love
That was
the kid
inconsiderate
too.
as fuck.
Inconsiderate on his behalf,
No,
right?
on your behalf.
How is that inconsiderate?
Because you made the choice. After you decided that you didn't want to be with him anymore,
Yeah.
why would you keep yourself present in his child's life to then decide that I no longer want to be in the child's life?
It wasn't like the kid was coming. The kid lived there. The kid was coming like every few months or so.
Why did you see the kid?
That's what he wanted to do, and that's what I mean. Like
I missed the heartbreak part.
There was no heartbreak. No, there was a heartbreak. But you don't understand me though. That's the thing, because he broke my heart.
Who broke your heart?
My ex-boyfriend. But I'm skip over that part. It was very dramatic for me.
I'm sure it was traumatic to find out that someone you were dating
someone
is
I
now
loved.
having a child with someone else, and they've been on these trips or vacations or work trips or whatever they've been doing, and now all of a sudden we're having a baby. So I've decided, no, I don't want to be a part of this because you cheated on me, you're having this baby on me, we're broken up. But then after y'all broke up, you've decided we're still friends, and I'm still going to be present in your child's life.
It's not even being present though, because it would have been one thing if the kid was living there. Like I said, he came every so often.
And you fell in love with him.
I did.
So did the son fall in love with you as well? So then you became somewhat of a presence in this child's life.
No.
Even after you broke up with the boyfriend.
Yeah.
But then decided, you know what? It's been 2 years. I love this kid. This kid loves me. He knows me by name. But you know what? Be with your baby mama.
Yes.
That's ignorant. Why would you do that?
That's love.
That's not love, baby.
Listen. I love you so much that I want the best for you, even if it's not me.
So then we move around.
Yeah, we don't believe in shit like that.
Did.
You did not.
I moved. I left the whole
after 2 years of playing pitter patter with him and his child.
It was not. And in those moments, I said, you know what? This would be great if he could bring his family here and they enjoyed these moments together.
What kind of animal you said you liked?
I don't like eating animals,
baby.
Monkey?
I feel like those.
Right, because she want to be alone. Tiffany.
No,
monkey?
but this is. I feel like that's what love is, though.
No, ma'am. Let me tell you something.
Ferret.
You would have
hate ferrets.
You would have pissed me
These
off.
couches actually remind me of ferrets, but go ahead.
Why?
That would have been that.
It did piss him off. It did piss him off.
I can't get with that.
It pissed him off, but guess what? He did not consider me when he was doing what he was doing.
So was this your get back?
It wasn't a get back because I don't believe in that. I felt like it was best for them.
Oh.
I'm just not getting what the purpose of continuing to friendship.
Because we're friends. We were friends. At the end of the day, outside of the relationship, we were friends. We were friends. So our friendship continued in that manner. It's just at that time he had a kid. So the kid, it was just a part of the friendship. I'm not expecting you to understand. This is the way that I am.
Were y'all cracking during that 2 years?
We did in the beginning. Like I said to you, though, it was very traumatic to me because I couldn't conceptualize me just having sex with this individual and I just leave or you just leave. Like, that doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, in short, that broke my heart, but it increased my capacity to love.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I get where you're coming from.
Yeah, that's all
too.
you can say to that.
I get where you're coming. No, I get both sides of it. I get where she's coming from, and I get Like, on my point of view, I'm just like,
let me get one more.
If your heart was broke, if you were done with it, move around. He's got this kid. I understand that the kid doesn't live there, but the kid is coming periodically and you're spending time with the child. So, like, there should have been more boundaries.
I agree with that. And guess what, though? So from that, I learned so much. Like I learned so much, and that was one of the things also. But again, that was love for what I knew love to be at that time.
Correct.
Right.
And we live and
I
we grow,
exactly. And I don't beat myself up about it because I lived through it. It wasn't, and this is what I would often tell myself through that. This is not something for me to understand just to survive it.
And I don't discredit your heartbreak because it is very, very
I'm
traumatic.
a love warrior.
Very traumatic to be with someone and have to find out there's a baby
31
coming.
days before it's born.
And
I'm talking about when I tell you love,
here?
I loved that man.
What about 2 years after it's already here? You find out about it.
Yeah, that's different.
I understand.
That's
different.
That's different. That's different.
That's weird different.
That happened to you too?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so tell your heartbreak story. We have to hear it. Can you tell that one?
Huh? I can tell that one. So like I said, my ex-husband and I, we got married at 18, but we met each other when we were 14. When we both moved to Germany, and we kind of, dilly-dally, but we didn't really date. We just was fucking around a little bit, and we did that for maybe 2.5 to 3 years, and then we started dating. And then we went from, I was really aggressive with him. I ain't even gonna lie. I just, like, when I saw him for the first time, I was like, my man, that's him, whatever. I didn't even know his name. I just knew I wanted him. So I pursued him for those couple of years. We started having sex a little bit here and there in between girlfriends and boyfriends. But like I said, we're 14 and 15, So we started dating at the beginning of 2005. And then we got engaged like just a couple of months after dating. But our families PCS'd during the summer at separate times. So my mom PCS'd before his mom did. His mom was bringing him to me because we were engaged and now we're going to get married. During the time that I was gone, he slept with one of his friends and she got pregnant. But I didn't know that had happened. I found out that it happened when the child was 2 years old, and I just happened to overhear a conversation of him downstairs kind of whispering on the phone to her, and I'm like, wait a minute. What? You said what? You got a what? We doing what? Who? Yeah. So then that's when I found out there was a child, that affair had happened, and the baby was 2. We went through a whole thing for a couple of years back and forth because I felt like she should prove through DNA that it was his baby and we will take care of it. Never had a problem taking care of the baby. But she was like, I know who I slept with. I'm not doing all of that. Either y'all gonna take care of it or y'all ain't gonna take care of it. Eventually, she went and put him on child support, or the state of that she lived in put him on child support because Medicaid. And so that's when the DNA test came forth. This is for show, yours. So that was like a few years of just long, tearing heartbreak. And it was very heartbreaking for me because I also had a baby with him, which was his first kid, so I thought. I gave my husband his first child.
So now it erases all the memories.
Yeah, I thought I gave my husband his first child, but then to find out that this child was born in a year before mine, it was just like, dang, what I thought I did, I didn't do. Like, you kind of stole that from me. So that was some heartbreak. That was definitely Heartbreak
Y'all just
Hotel.
scared me. That's like one of my biggest fears is like being with somebody that you really want to be with and having to tell them that you got a kid.
On your behalf,
I got a baby by a woman that I barely even know.
Well, how can you be with somebody that you love and you have to tell them that you're having a baby with somebody else?
Oh, it's life.
C'est
Things
la vie.
happen in life.
I'm sorry, I
C'est
have
la
to tell
vie.
you this.
What?
I just don't feel like
Confession.
That I'm having a baby
I don't
by a
know.
woman
I feel
barely
like if
even
you
know.
love somebody, like,
Life ain't black and white.
and you're
It's
with them,
not.
I think that's
It's
my
not black
issue.
and
Like,
white.
there's like just a little bit of color.
You have no in between lines, and that's okay though because
I really don't. Like it's like this
that's okay.
or that.
Yeah,
You know, it's really like this or that, and that's probably my toxic trait. You know, I'm very just like
laser focused.
But you know how y'all just spoke about y'all heartbreaks and like y'all good, y'all just move forward from it and y'all like exploring dating type shit. Men don't have those same experiences.
You just have to
I
learn
feel
and grow.
They don't speak about them neither. Like my homeboys that I know for a fact that got their heart broken. Like I just spoke to one today. He in prison right now. But like I had asked him, I was like, you know, when you get out, you gonna go back to Shawty? And he was like, shit, long as she ain't out there fucking niggas that look like such and such. Cause you know she cheated on him with an ugly ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? Cause he heartbroken. Niggas don't heal from that shit. But y'all,
so
y'all
weird.
heal like Wolverine.
and be ready to love
But
again.
really, I can't say that.
Nah,
you can't,
y'all do.
You can't say that
Y'all
we healed.
do.
You assume that I healed from it because I'm sitting here today and I'm dating again. But am I really healed?
You're 100% right with that. But it's how much are you healed? Niggas don't heal at all.
That's not true.
Nah, they don't be healed.
Some
That's
of
They
them
not
don't
do.
true.
be healed.
Men
Like
heal.
men still be holding on to like, besides all the immature shit that comes with like men still like come to you all the way damaged and fucked up and be wanting you
do.
to help them
To
through
Make
that
them
shit.
better
Through
for
that.
another
Yeah,
woman.
y'all be kind of over that shit. Like we still be on some shit like still fucked up from Shawty. Y'all don't even speak about y'all ex sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
I talk about
we
my
might
ex all
bring
the
it up
time.
sometimes.
I love
See,
him.
I don't like that shit. Like I was dealing with it.
She said I talk about my ex all the time. I love him.
I do.
Yeah, see, we ain't doing that
I
shit.
do
But
too.
I
We ain't
love
doing
him,
that shit.
but I could never spin the block. I love him.
Nah,
Absolutely.
hell nah.
But I
You
couldn't
know?
say
I dealt with a girl one time and her ex
Could I
had
say
died,
that? I don't
and
know.
I had to tell her. I had to tell her, bruh, I don't give a fuck about this nigga dying. Stop talking about this nigga.
Wow.
Fuck that
Wow.
nigga. I'm just keeping it a bean.
That's
Like,
so
I'm
insensitive.
tired of
He's
hearing about this
dead.
nigga. Don't talk about this nigga again.
He's dead. That's so insensitive.
Hey, man. And then it'd be worse when, like, they used to deal with a nigga that, like, gang bang and all that kind of shit.
I mean,
it's
you
like,
know
bro,
what,
that's
though?
him, bro. It'll be different if bro, like, had a brain tumor or some shit. Like, you'd be like, damn, man, I'm sorry that happened to bro.
I get you. So my biological dad, he passed away like 5 or 6 months before I was born.
Wow.
And so the dad that I grew up with was my stepdad. And of course my mom still loved my bio dad. They were having me planning to get married like 2 months after he died. They were supposed to get married in June. He died in April. So she just kind of, you know, that heartbreak is still there. I don't think it's one that she'll ever like let go of for real, for sure. But my stepdad hated the dead man. Hated him. Hated the dead man. Hated that it existed. Hated when my mom told me about it and I had like questions about it.
How
There
old
was
were you?
this when I found out. So I was living here
See, I don't agree with parents telling
when
their
I
kids late
remember.
about who their real dad is.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
I
weird.
think I did. Probably like 8 or 9 or so.
Oh, no, that's not late. That's not late.
Yeah,
That's
I
not
was
late.
probably like 8 or
My
9 or
bad.
so because I
Erase
want to say I
everything
was in
I
like
said.
3rd or
That's not late.
4th grade, somewhere in there,
Yeah.
when she told me, or that I consciously remember it. She may have told me before then, but my conscious memories of it were then. But she did tell me. I didn't know that. I knew from the beginning because I used to see my dad's family when we would go to Alabama, and I was in like kindergarten, 1st grade, 2nd grade then. I guess I never really registered it until that time in life. But there was a picture of them. They went to prom, and it was in like this wooden frame thing, and it had glass over the top of it and whatever. And my grandmother gave it to me when I went to visit them one time. And she also gave me this pea coat. And I don't know why my stepdad got aggravated about it or whatever, but he literally went in my closet in my bedroom, took the picture out, and keyed the entire picture.
Oh my God.
And threw away my pea coat.
See, I can't take bruh side on that.
And so I was like,
I was trying.
you're
were
mad
a
at a
kid,
dead
though.
man.
I'm still on some like fuck your ex shit, but like I'm not.
I feel like most guys that I've encountered since my ex, they know my ex. because I'm gonna make sure they know my ex.
Nah, we ain't doing that shit.
So what in a guy's mind, like what does that mean to you, or how do you internalize that?
You're not over him.
It's not that though. But
no, it is that.
Okay,
no,
okay,
ain't no, it's not that. It is that.
I guess since we're on this topic, I feel like, and this is gonna sound so crazy, but
it's nothing new from the past.
Yeah, this whole conversation been crazy. This whole
everything we've heard from you is a little
okay.
I like it.
Okay, so for me,
spit it out.
She's still laughing.
Spit it out, baby. We here now.
if my life never presents the opportunity for me to meet another man in that capacity, I'm okay. Because I feel like I experienced love at its greatest with my ex, even though it ended the way that it did.
I can understand that.
Yes.
I can
Okay,
understand
you
that.
understand.
That's that Nipsey Lauren love.
Right. So, and
no
when I
nigga
say all of
ever
this,
gonna fuck with Lauren ever again.
And they won't. Baby,
and she's okay with that.
and she's fine with that.
Yeah.
She's a Spencer now.
And that's the way that I feel.
Y'all be in love with niggas that y'all never got over, and it be your ex. And us as men, we ain't really that smart. We like little apes and shit. So we got gorilla militant minds. So it really be fuck that nigga. Like, who you talking about? This nigga the king of your jungle. I'm the king of the jungle.
Right.
Right.
Do you know
I
what happened in
understand
the
that.
jungle?
Yeah.
What happened in the jungle is when the lion wants that nigga bitch, they gotta fight to the death so I can get his bitch. So after I kill him, now you my bitch. Don't
we
stop
not
talking
about him. No, we don't say Mufasa around
exactly.
here.
Stop talking about Mufasa.
This my
I
kingdom.
killed that nigga. I killed that nigga.
Depending on a nigga intentions. If a nigga trying to wife you, that's a problem. If a nigga trying to crack you, go ahead.
But listen,
Correct.
I want my
But we
man
only
to,
talking
I
about if
want
he
my
wanna be
man
with you.
to be so secure if life afforded me the opportunity. I want
That's
this man
another
to
thing.
be
It's not
so
about
secure.
security. It's not about
No,
security.
I was just about
Y'all
to say,
always think it's
there's a
security.
difference between
It's not
him
about
being
security.
secure and
I
you doing
want
too
that.
much.
Listen, because the type of woman that
I
I
hate
am.
when y'all use words like insecure
No,
and insecurity.
listen.
It's not about that.
Because the type of woman that I am, I'm gonna make sure my current man knows that it ain't no spinning the block. I may feel the way that I feel about this nigga, but ain't no spinning the block because you my nigga, you that nigga. So even if Oliver, my ex, Josue,
This nigga named Oliver?
he's
I
listen,
get mad as fuck.
Listen,
This nigga named Oliver?
Hold up.
This nigga name not even Tyrone.
Hold
It's
on, wait a minute
Oliver.
now, wait. His name
I'm joking.
is Josue. Yeah. Okay?
Why you?
Because I can do that.
Can you bleep that out?
Yeah, I got you. I got you for sure.
It don't matter. It does not matter. He does not care. It don't matter. But I want my man to be so secure that even if Josue walked through the door and
Nah,
he
I
knew
can't.
that this
That's
was
too
him,
many.
it don't matter. If he walked through the door, this nigga live in Florida.
Florida's like
We're
fucking
on the
4 hours away.
www dot.
It does not matter.
Florida's-
These people don't know
Florida's
this
4
man.
hours away.
But anyway, if he walked through the door and I'm with my man, I want him to be okay. Cause I'm gonna go greet Oliver at the door. I'm gonna hug Oliver at the door.
And you gonna leave with Oliver. What the fuck? You gonna leave with Oliver?
Yeah, you're doing like there's a certain level of some things. Like
I'm just kidding.
You know, I'm
but
in a
I am gonna
relationship
greet him
now.
though. Right. No, I'm kidding though. But I make it, and this is my belief. If I'm in he hears this stuff all the time. If I'm in a committed relationship with a man, one thing that I don't do is entertain another man. I'm not going to give another man the ability to say to my man that, oh, this such and such old lady, yeah, we were just parlaying with her, da-da-da-da. I would never do that.
I get that. You're not entertaining him. Like, you're not going to be on the phone kiki-kiing, cracking it up with Oliver because you're in a relationship.
What he be in?
But the way that you're esteeming him.
For sure. I honor him.
So when do you not honor him and honor the man that you're with?
I honor the man that I'm with too. But I can't not
So
honor
it's two
Oliver.
kings.
It's not two kings. It's
It
not.
is two kings.
It's not. It's not two kings. I just honor him too.
It's a king and a half. It's a king and a quarter. King and an eighth.
I don't know.
3,
I'm
5
not gonna get into this.
It's no 2 kings.
I'm not gonna get into this too hard.
Let me stop.
I'm currently in a relationship. We're not gonna talk about what I think and feel about my ex or none of that stuff because we're not gonna bring that smoke to my front door. There's just like I think at a certain extent of when you've moved on, even if you feel those kind of ways, even if that's a thing that is inside of you, everything's not meant to be expressed. Everything, like, there's no reason for you to be like, oh, yeah, my next man, he definitely gonna know about my ex. He definitely gonna know how much I love him, how important he is to me. Not necessarily that I'll never love the way I loved him again. No, that I honor and respect him still. Like, that's really what you just said.
Okay, let's pump the brakes here. I guess, too, because I have not, like I said, that's my ex. Yet. I have not been in a relationship since this past relationship. Right. But like I said, the guys that I have encountered, they all know Oliver.
How did they feel about Oliver?
They want to meet him. They think he's the Messiah in the flesh.
But why? Why do they know about him?
It's just that he's a part of my life.
That nigga must walk on
like,
water.
How are we talking about
He
Oliver?
Basically did.
He turned water into Hennessy? Ain't no nigga ever did that.
And you did, and we left Oliver because of why?
Ain't no nigga ever turned water to Hennessy. Cut that shit out.
We left Oliver because
he
of why?
He don't drink. He's a pure man.
Pure? Because he don't drink. Get that nigga the fuck out of here.
Wait.
Password, bro.
I need to know why we left Oliver then.
So
that's a great question.
Because I loved him so much that I wanted him to do what was best for him. But I'm the type to tell you what's best for you.
How'd you know that what you thought was best for him was best for him?
Right, because he didn't think that was the best decision for him. But
so you sabotage.
I did.
Your ass is crazy.
No, I tell you every day.
I've been trying to avoid telling you that shit from the second I met you. But your ass is crazy,
baby, because you got me stressed out a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Like
you got me stressed out a little bit.
I ain't never got mad at you till you started talking about Oliver. That shit just pissed me off.
If you decided now that you've come to whatever reckoning that you have that you sabotage with Oliver, but you're still very much in love with him. He is.
I'm not in love
Jesus,
with him. I love him.
God. Holy Spirit, Oliver. Why did we not go back?
Oliver? That's crazy.
Why did we not go back to Oliver once we realized we messed it up?
If the door was open, I would.
Oh, but he said, fuck that. You ain't coming back.
His woman is there. And
hey,
I'm going to allow
for all
him
you guys
to be
listening
like...
that even considered her as a it's
Oliver
off the
still
table,
got that
bro.
seat.
Bruh. Nah, it's not like that.
Make sure y'all cash at me, send $1 donation for her pet fund.
Please.
Because she needs a pet.
For my therapy fund. I just decided I'm going to go to therapy.
I got a dub on it. Matter of fact, my mama got 2 dogs and I hate one of them.
I don't like dogs. I'm terrified.
Well, what kind of dog is it?
Shih Tzu.
I don't like that.
Y'all should see what Bino got to deal with, man. I feel bad for him. I do.
This shit right here is to catch y'all in the fucking loop.
What show?
Y'all circulating in the loop right now. When you see her real story, y'all gonna be like, hold the fuck on.
Yeah, this is interesting, but it's like it's too left field.
I don't know. I don't know. I can't.
Well,
yeah, I don't know.
All I'm hearing, and I'm not educated in the field of psychology and none of that shit, but all I'm hearing is like women be wanting things and not really understanding men. And also, like,
don't say women, say Tiffany. I don't even know if we can keep her. We might have to vote her out.
I'm just
we might have to exchange you
right
for.
You're right though. I gotta go with you. You're right.
This might be one of those caucus moments where we have to be like, can we trade the little black girl, the white girl who wants a black woman police officer when she grew up for Kanye West? Like, we might have to trade you.
You're right. I can't speak no majority terms when it come to her.
No, she is her own individual self.
Yeah. Very much so. Just like I told them the other day.
But you know it's not everybody else, it's you. You know that, right?
Of course.
You're the problem.
Okay. Long as you know that shit, I don't give a fuck.
You're the problem.
But guess what? There's a man somewhere, an engineer somewhere, who is
What
interested.
if
He's ready to unpack.
Wait.
He's ready to do his engineer just.
What if
Engineer.
what if your man, your engineer with the critical thinking mind who's ready to unpack all your shit is in prison? Are you gonna wait on him?
I mean, some good dudes in prison. My brother is in prison.
Mine too.
He ain't do it.
It's,
Mine did it.
it's funny y'all having this
Xavier to
conversation.
his backwards.
Hold up. It's funny y'all having this conversation.
Free Stevie and Tevin.
But the next one though, the next one for real. My homeboy that's in prison, right? He just called me today. And I was talking to him, I listened to him, I heard him out, and he was like, man, you know what I think I'm gonna do? Because he's in like a rehab facility that's on the prison. But if you fuck up, you go straight to the camp type shit. Well, you actually go to county, you go to the camp. And he was like, bro, I don't think I can do this shit, bro. They ain't even got cars in this bitch. I was like, nigga, it's not time to gamble. It's time to get sober.
Right.
And he was like, bro, I think I'm gonna just fuck up and just go to prison. Like they only talking about putting like 2 more weeks. And I was like, nigga, why would you do that? And I had to give him a speech. I said, hey, bro, and I knew he was gonna cut me off. So as soon as he started cutting me off, I said, shut the fuck up and let me talk. I just let you cry and tell me your letter. Cause you know he in rehab, so he got the letter, his apology letter to me. I said, I just let you do that. So now let me talk. So I told him, I said, bro, I'm gonna tell you like I tell every other nigga I had to tell that was in prison besides my dad. My dad did 14 years in the feds. He the realest nigga I ever met in my life. Like I ain't never had no kind of crazy conversation with him. We both got the same kind of thinking. Didn't even grow up around each other. We both got the same kind of thinking. Never had to goddamn tell him no shit like I had to tell my homeboy today. I had to tell him my shit, bro. And I'm sitting outside. I smoke a lot of cigars. I'm sitting outside smoking a cigar, and I paused, put the cigar down, and I said, bro, you did that shit. You're in there because you did that shit. You're not innocent. 99.7% of them niggas in there with you ain't innocent. All y'all niggas is addicts. Y'all fucked up. Y'all did some bad shit. Guess what? It's punishment time, nigga.
Right.
That's it.
Take your punishment. You get out January 3rd. You get out January 3rd. Take your punishment. Sit there. You can't play cards. Jack your fucking dick and read them books.
He can't do that either. That's government property. He can get in trouble for that.
Nah,
They're trying to put him in confinement. They're trying to put him in confinement.
Jack your dick and read them books I've been telling you to read since we was kids.
Yeah.
And stop calling me talking about some, I just read The Art of War. I see what you talking about now. Nigga, it's too late. You done fucked shit up already. You done already fucked up everything we was trying to do.
It's not too
because
late.
you never read that book.
It's never too late.
No, it's too late because we're never going to do anything together again.
He can do it.
You fucked it up when we was kids. Like, it'll be a situation where, like, a nigga fuck his bitch. And he mad. And I'm like, hey, bro, let me tell you about The Art of War. Nigga, shut up, nigga. I'm going to beat that nigga ass when I see him. Next thing I know, we in the club. This nigga, Dragon Balls, he punching the nigga. And I'm like, bro, I just told you, bro. Like, win the war, not the battles.
Right.
It's too late now. We're 33. Yeah. You done already got them. But basically what I'm telling y'all in the whole is niggas be locked up and they did that shit. And they time be longer because they're not accepting their punishment in their face.
Yeah, accepted.
Not saying y'all people y'all was talking about is like that, but
no,
I told you 99.7% of niggas.
Acceptance, yeah.
That's it. He did it.
Yeah.
And he needed to accept it and keep on moving
Right.
and just learn, rehabilitate, and keep it pushing. You're right. Mm-hmm.
Keep it P.
Free Xavier to his backwards.
You know.
March 2025.
That's what I love about us black people though. Like
March
we know a nigga did some bad shit and we still say free that nigga.
Touchdown.
Free that nigga.
I said Tevin took the car, but go ahead and
Touchdown.
R.I.P. Vine, even though we know he did it. You know what I'm saying? That's what I love about
My
black
boy
people,
ain't had to
man.
go out like that. They ain't had to shoot him. He just wanted a little couple of cigarettes from the store. He wanted them Lucy's. He had to get that money out there register.
Right.
They didn't have to shoot him.
Had to get a
But
car.
Whoa. I'm telling you, we are the same person. Because when that shit happened, what you talking about, I had the same take. Because I was on some like, what was his name? Mike? Nah, they said that. But when that shit happened, I was like, man, fuck the police. That be on some bullshit. I seen that big swole ass nigga beating up that little ass white boy. I said, hey, I don't know now. Y'all niggas might be tripping. Like, come on now. You a low ass white boy. You been getting bullied your whole fucking life, so you join a gang, the only gang that accepts you, which is the police. And this big swole ass nigga goddamn stealing shit and selling Lucy's come up to you and you like, hey, bro, freeze. And you not gonna pop him. You just like trying to scare him. He's not scared. He has no fear in his life whatsoever. You're scared for your fucking life.
You're
This
terrified.
nigga starts beating the shit out of you. What the fuck you gonna do? That's why niggas be on they fuck the police shit, and I be there with them sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
But
it be
other
right.
times I
Sometimes
be
it be
like,
like,
hey, bro, that nigga was big, bro.
what else was he supposed to do? I mean, if it was you, what would you do?
Because you know, like, and then the niggas that be saying it and shit, it be like, hey, bro, like, look at you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you a low ass nigga and shit. Like the police ain't killing you. They don't give a fuck about your puss ass. They're not killing you. You 5'6", 140. They'll elbow your ass real quick. Like,
Oh my God.
they not worried about you.
You going down.
Nah, it's the truth. Like
Going down, bucko.
these, yeah.
Oh, this was good. This was real interesting.
Yeah, real good podcast. I feel like we're never gonna get nothing from you though. Like, don't waste your money on therapy. Don't waste your money on therapy. I didn't even
Your
get.
therapist gonna quit.
Nah, she ain't gonna quit because she gonna like the money in the stories.
Right.
She gonna like the money in the stories.
Because my therapist told me, this is what my therapist told me about Oliver.
Oh,
she
shit.
said, you see this is my AirPod case. She was like, if I put the AirPod case, let me remember what she said. She said, like, you see the AirPod case. If I put the AirPod case up here, it's still there, but it's not in your view. She was like, why can't you just let go?
Just put Oliver up there.
Doesn't have to be in your view.
It
I think
doesn't.
she was over me. That was my last day of therapy with her because I said she not gonna tell me.
Hey, before we go, I'm gonna tell you about my last like slither of heartbreak, right?
Okay, right, because we never
I
got
would
your
love to hear a
heartbreak. It
guy's
went
heartbreak.
way left,
Well,
right?
okay, I can tell you the first one for short because every man got to get their heartbreaks early.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get them early just because, like I told you, we way more sensitive than y'all and we hold on to that shit way worse. So, like, my first official, like, big one, I think I was in 6th grade and there was this girl that stayed off base and she was a German girl. And like she used to come on base sometimes. You know, the rest of us all lived together, and it's like this community. We lived in like it was an ass of government buildings, but they looked like project buildings. Fucking 3 stairwells, 4 floors with a party floor on the top.
It was an attic. It's not a party floor.
It was an attic.
And a basement.
Yeah, the basement was crazy. We used to play hide and go get in the basement.
Baby.
That shit
Did
used
your
to be
attic
lit.
have the nanny quarters in it?
You know what's yes.
Oh, them nanny quarters was the scariest thing ever. I swear it had spirits in it.
Oh, crazy things happen in the basement. Like, and the lights used to flicker all the time and shit.
Okay,
down there.
man.
That shit used to be so
gosh.
scary.
I miss
and
Germany.
like, and then like we had dumpsters at the end, and it used to be dumpster divers. They used
my
to come
God.
goddamn on posts and literally dive in the dumpsters, finding shit. I ain't gonna lie, like growing up a military kid is kind of rough. People don't really get that shit. They think it's like, oh, your parents had money. Nah, they were broke.
They got money and you have insurance.
Yeah.
Free insurance.
Nah.
No, baby, that come out my mama paycheck. It's not free.
And if
not
your
free.
parents had ass, they brought a Beamer when they went overseas. You know what I'm saying? They brought a Beamer because Beamers are cheaper there. Like
Very
when Beamers when 42,000 here, they was like 28, 30 over there, but your parents was making $2,000 a month.
We had Volkswagen.
Oh, okay. See, same thing, pretty much.
We had a Volkswagen.
But yeah, so I'm dealing with this German girl or whatever, and she comes to the base, and we kicking it, everything's cool. But every Saturday, me and my mom used to go to Heidelberg to Pizza Hut and get pizza, or we'll go to the slaughterhouse. It was a slaughterhouse where they had the little pigs. You pick your pig, they kill it. I used to always get a baby bag of ribs. We used to always go there every Saturday. So like I kicked it with her for a minute, then me and my mama went there. And when I came back to base, it was late at night. It was like 10:30, 11. And nobody was outside. I was like, cool. I got there, went in the house. Went out the house. One of my homeboys was out. This was the next morning, Sunday morning. One of my homeboys, nigga named Kevin, he was always stank as fuck and always wear big ass black tees. And he was older than me. He was in 8th grade. I was in 6th. And that nigga was outside my crib with a basketball like he always do, but he wasn't dribbling the basketball and all excited. He was just holding it with his head down. And I was like, man, what's up with you, bro? You know what I'm saying? I'm driving. I'm like, man, your steak ass tripping type shit. And that nigga was just like, man, you know, man, Brittany fucked Pedro. Well, she didn't fuck him. He was like, Brittany kissed Pedro. And I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, bro. He was like, man, just get that shit over with, bro. He was like, let's just go in his house, do what you got to do. Let's get it over with. So I got there. We went to Pedro's house. He was playing the game with his little brother. I forgot his little brother's name. They was Puerto Rican. He had a Puerto Rican name, too. Goddamn, he was playing the game with his homeboy. I stole off on him. As soon as I walked the door, boom, stole off on the nigga. Whooped nigga ass, started stumping the nigga out. At his house.
Golly.
Started stumping the nigga out. His mama and daddy grabbed both of us, kicked both of us out the house. We went outside. I beat this nigga ass again. And goddamn, I was crying and shit. I was sad. And then we goddamn dapped each other up. Then we went to the court and we hooped. And then the next day, because this was Sunday, the next day we went to school and we hooping in the morning. And she came to the court like she always with her friends and like, hey, Rodney. And I was like, shut up, bitch, you hoe ass bitch. I was snapping on her and shit. Everybody was laughing and shit. And I was like, yeah, stupid ass bitch.
Why do y'all
But
do
your heart
that?
was broke.
I was sad as a motherfucker the whole day in school.
But that's
Nothing. He mad still.
And listen, the worst part was I was in advanced classes. So I ain't had no classes with like none of my friends. It was just me. It was me and like a nigga in a wheelchair. And, like,
so that was advanced or that was slow?
Nah, it was advanced for real.
So you had to walk around with your heart break by yourself.
It was literally like the same class as Malcolm in the Middle. Like that's why I love Malcolm in the Middle. It was just like that shit. So goddamn, I'm in there with them and like the whole time I'm just mad as fuck. And all my nerd friends, they was my nerd friends. All my nerd friends was just like, man, you all right? Like you ain't like you usually be. And I'm like, man, shut up, nigga, you lame ass nigga. Like I'm just mad as fuck. I'm at basketball practice, airballing layups. You know what I'm saying? I'm just mad.
That's puppy love though. Like she just kissed somebody.
But I got over it. Like, and the only thing I can equate that to in my adult life was I met a girl, right? And actually my homeboy was fucking with her. But like
what?
It was like a hotel party. And we get to the hotel party and she had on like this red leather skirt and she was tall. She was like 5'11", fucking thick as fuck, long ass dreads. And as soon as I walked in, I was like, oh, I got to have that bitch. Mm-hmm. And my homeboy was like, yeah, that's the one I'm jumping on. You gonna get on the other one. I said, no, I'm getting her. No. And he was like, nah, that's my bitch. Yeah, all right. Yeah, all right. So goddamn, end of the night, I'm piping the bitch down. This is my bitch. He thought I was playing. No. This is mine for real. So we ended up kicking it for a long ass time. And this was a time in my life where I was doing a lot of traveling. Every fucking where I went, this bitch with me. I don't give a fuck. I'm booking a flight with this bitch. Every booking I got, this bitch going everywhere with me. I like this bitch for real. Yeah. Man, this bitch fucked around and heard me having a conversation about how I don't believe in marriage, and she just cut me off, period.
I love that, though. I love that for her.
Hey, chill. Whose side you?
I love that for her.
But listen, though, I was so sad. I did what every nigga does.
What, you went and go freak some other chicks?
No, I went back and got a girl from my past that reminded me of her and thought that was going to help me. That didn't help me. I'm in the fucking bar, sad as fuck, buying everybody drinks, singing karaoke. I was just so distraught. Like, it was literally like, I was heartbroken for like 3 days, and all my homeboys was like, man, what the fuck wrong with you, bro? You tripping. Like, I literally was living in the bar for like 3 days. I was so sad. But I got over the shit.
So
and I was
she
like, fuck that bitch.
Like cutthroat, like no communication after that?
No, that's not what happened. I got too much pride. So like when she sent me the breakup text, I just ain't like hit her up after that. And we just never talked again because like I never hit her up. Like, and she a ratchet bitch. So like,
she ratchet now though. You saying that now?
Nah, she was ratchet then too.
Okay, she was ratchet when you got with her too.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I liked her though. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like her like I want to be with her. I just liked her like she was my favorite bitch.
Time. Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. But yeah, I was pretty sad about that one, and that one was some crazy shit going on. You know what I'm saying?
My eyes are
that motherfucker was snatching. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man,
it was lust.
He had heartbreak, baby.
I don't think about her like you think about Oliver, but I think about her sometimes.
I think about Oliver.
Now, when you had that toy, that's who name you said. I know that's who. Oliver. That's
For
what
the
it
record, it was not.
Yes, it was.
I did not call
I know
Oliver's
it
name.
was.
It wasn't.
That's the name. We figured out the name.
What name was it?
We
Was it
figured out
Oliver?
the name. It was Oliver.
It wasn't Oliver.
We figured
Got
it
it.
out.
I would let y'all know.
Because
it
you
was
said
Oliver.
it. You said.
What was his other name?
Josue? It was not Josue.
It was Josue.
I'm a very honest person. It was not. I did not call his name.
Y'all,
So who the
my
name
eyes
was?
are burning. If I look crazy, that's why. I'm sorry.
So who the name was?
Anonymous.
That's what I call Dumbo.
Why you gotta be anonymous? I wanna
You called
know.
him anonymous?
No, I call
wanna
Dumbo
know
Anonymous.
Your name. Your name.
Yeah, that's that nigga name in my phone, Anonymous.
Why you gotta
Really?
be anonymous?
That's a good name.
I don't know why I keep singing like I can sing, y'all.
That's a good name. But it wasn't Oliver, so. Yeah.
But yeah, this was a good podcast,
good
man.
Final words.
Part 2 wouldn't get us nowhere.
Final words.
We'll be at the same point where we didn't get nowhere with this
We need to
one.
switch subjects and talk about something else altogether.
Maybe we should introduce her to a nurse or a doctor.
No. I'm a nurse. I don't want to date a nurse, or a doctor.
Baby, you're not a nurse. You're a realtor.
I'm a retired nurse.
You're a real estate agent now. You're a real estate agent now.
You're right.
Yeah, we're going to introduce her to a doctor.
You know some doctors? I dated a
Doctor.
dentist here. Well, I talked to a dentist here.
I know a doctor, but he's not a medical field doctor. He's
Like PhD.
Huh?
PhD.
yeah. In education.
Psychology. Education.
Education.
I don't like no 9 to 5. Let me stop.
See, that's why my eyes burning. That's why my eyes burning.
You gotta be an entrepreneur.
They trying to block all your bullshit.
Engineers are 9 to 5 niggas. They're 9
to 5. They really like 9 to 7.
They really 6 to 6.
Right, like they be there all day.
I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
But yeah, man, that's all we got, man. Appreciate y'all for listening. We out, dog.
Until next time. Baby, I can't.